Travis.
Travis who?
Travis, get the tables hot.
Not sure what that meant.
Means it's the midweek wrap-up.
Oh! That explains why I have these notes.
Which ones? Oh, the midweek wrap-up notes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We start with main event on the midweek wrap-up.
That is actually the first one I have.
The first note, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so in main event, we started off with two of the competitors that will be going into the 7-man Intercontinental Ladder match at WrestleMania. We had Zack Ryder taking on Stardust. Good solid match between these two. Both of them trying to get some quick momentum since they're a little over a week away before they go into this ladder match.
Ironically, all 7 of them are actually from the same continent.
No, they're not.
Who's not?
Isn't... Oh, well, yeah, I guess... Sami Zayn's always a toss-up.
Well, he's from Canada.
I guess he technically... Okay. Yeah. Well, all right. But Sami Zayn was not in this match.
No.
Zack Ryder did end up picking up the win. Stardust was able to...
phrases we don't hear often on the wrestling.
Exactly. Yeah, Stardust was able to get out of the way of a broski boot, and there was a big... they had a tussle over in the corner. Stardust ended up trying to go for the disaster kick, and he missed, and then Zack Ryder went up to the top. Then Stardust tried to give him a superplex, and he got knocked off and got hit with the elbow drop, and Zack Ryder picked up the win. Fantastic match to start off main event. Up next we had Naomi taking on Paige. Naomi with Tamina and Lana in her corner, while Paige had Alicia Fox and Natalya in hers. This was a very interesting match because we know we've been kind of building something else for the Divas to do outside of the
multi-diva tag team match.
Yes, outside of the triple threat Divas Championship match. So we obviously have a six diva tag kind of set up at this point, but we get to a point in the match where Paige is in control. She gives a big hangman on the top rope. From the second rope on Naomi, and she's looking to put Naomi away, but Emma's music hits. Her and Summer Rae come down and beat the fuck out of Alicia Fox and Natalya, and Paige is like, "What in the world is going on?" Lana says her plan has worked perfectly. Her and Tamina are smiling on the other side of the ring. Paige turns around, gets hit with a sunset flip that Naomi is actually able to turn into her new submission and make Paige tap out. So now we have 5 divas on one side with Naomi, Tamina, Lana, Emma, and Summer Rae taking on Natalya, Alicia Fox, Paige, and 2 other divas. Brie was initially in the 8-man that they were announcing.
Yeah.
So now are we going to see another person to match up with that 5th person? Or is one of them going to be out, going to be more so like
Summer Rae,
outside?
please.
Well, that's what we would hope, but I don't know.
You know, I just for shits and giggles,
go ahead and look that up because we're just gonna.
I just want to know if there's a name for Naomi's submission hold.
Please do, because I haven't heard them call it yet. We had another garbage Ryback match where he beat Sin Cara, so Sin Cara is getting no momentum going into the 7-man ladder match. Then in our main event, it was a tag team match. The Social Outcasts would be represented by the Mad Happy Connection of Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas. They come out and talk about how they're going to win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and that, you know, Kane and Big Show tried to look all scary on Raw, but it doesn't really matter because Curtis Axel's going to chop down giants, and Bo Dallas is going to be a demonic yoga instructor because he's going to exorcise the demon. It would be a tag team match against Big Show and Kane, where most of the match was Big Show and Kane trying to one-up each other and who could hurt Bo more. Eventually, Bo, like...
There was a lot of good comedy spots.
It's a hilarious match. It's absolutely just so much fun to watch. But we, at one point, the the one-upsmanship between Big Show and Kane gets them kind of facing off against each other. And the Social Outcasts start to incite a fight between the two. They try to get the crowd chanting, "Fight, fight, fight," and they start doing the bow train around the ring. So once they get back around, Big Show and Kane both go out different sides. They run into Big Show, and Bo's like, We're gonna
go the other way.
So they run back around and they meet up with Kane, and Bo's like, "Go the other way."
We're gonna go back.
And Kane grabs Bo by the hair, tosses him in, and it's just all downhill from this point. Eventually, we get Axel and Big Show, and Axel gets hit with a move that Big Show hasn't hit in forever. And if you remember what it's called, what he calls it, post down in the comments, but it's the final cut. It's Goldust's final cut, or the Eye of the Hurricane. It's kind of setting up almost like a Sister Abigail, or no, it's setting up for a reverse DDT and then dropping a spinning elbow on the person. And then we get a double choke slam, a quadruple slam, if you will. And then as Kane hits the pyro...
I prefer double choke slam.
Double choke slam, okay. Kane hits...
You say double twice really fast. Double. Double choke slam.
Kane hits the pyro, and Big Show's like locked and ready to unload a big old knockout punch on Kane, but he kind of just makes it a warning, letting Kane know that if he wanted to, he could have knocked Kane out right then and there. So building more tension between the two of them as they head into the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
So we have two names for Naomi's submission.
Okay.
The original name was the Slay-O Mission.
I don't like that. Hopefully the second one's better.
But when they formed Team Bad, the submission hold became a bad place.
Work on that, WWE. Alright, let's move on to NXT, where the indie stars were out for the spotlight in this one. We open up with Johnny Gargano taking on Elias Samson.
Yay, boo.
Johnny Gargano had some good spots. Elias Samson still putting over the viciousness that he's been doing for the past couple weeks.
Yes.
The one good spot I did like is when Johnny went for the slingshot spear, and he got caught with the knee. That was a really good spot for Elias Samson. But Elias would...
which is good because he doesn't have a lot of those.
No. Elias would try to go for he'd pull him in for the neck breaker, but Johnny would be able to roll it up and actually roll up Elias Samson and pick up a win. This did not sit well with Elias Samson, who would continuously beat down Johnny Gargano on the outside, slamming him into the post, then running him into the LED board. And then he starts dragging him up the ramp to do what I'm guessing is the neck breaker on the ramp, but he'd be stopped by Apollo Crews.
Yeah, the one thing that weirded me out is, like, before he started dragging him, he started, like, shushing.
Yeah.
He's like, shh.
Yeah.
Like, what? Did we need to hear Johnny unconsciousness?
Well, no. He wanted everyone to be quiet so they could hear the impact of him on the...
Also,
on
it says
on
on Wikipedia that Big Show calls it the final cut as well.
Oh, all right. So we're possibly setting up Apollo Crews, Elias Samson. Maybe that's going to be the pre-show match for TakeOver, or the not so fun to watch match on TakeOver. Maybe Apollo Crews can bring something out of Elias Samson. Don't know for sure, but we'll see where this goes. Up next, we had Finn Balor taking on Rich Swann.
Heck yes.
Rich Swann's
this
got
match was awesome.
It was. Rich Swann's got his whole dance routine he does while he's in the ring. Him and Finn have fantastic chemistry together. And I'm so excited to see Rich Swann, just escalate more and more in NXT, because his offense, his ability, like when he does the 450 flip over someone trying to like rush him or like roll into him, it's so much fun to watch just that. But the guy is super talented. And he gets
a ton of offense for being a guy who's only having his like second match on TV.
Yeah, his first match was against Baron Corbin. So this is his second TV match. He's going against the champion.
But the champion's letting him get his shit in.
Yeah, and the commentary was saying that this was Finn, just trying to make sure that he was staying in shape, that he was fully aware and ready for his match against Joe.
Because we haven't been getting a lot of Finn on TV.
No. It's been more so deciding who's gonna face Finn.
Yeah.
And so Finn hasn't had much competition, but Finn Balor does end up picking up the win, hitting the coup de grace and the Bloody Sunday. Just overall fun match. If you haven't watched it, be sure to do that.
Do it, because it's cool as shit.
We had Not Rich interview Dana and Emma. Emma talking about how she's going to try her luck at beating Asuka once again. She still feels that she deserves that title match against Bayley. She says that Asuka may be the Empress of Tomorrow, but she's not going to last past today, which was a really cool line. And we do get Dana comes right out and says that she's been hurt since TakeOver Respect. So,
if you have the network, you shouldn't be that surprised.
Yeah,
because they talk about it a lot on Breaking Ground.
Exactly.
They did, because they're on their whatever season hiatus.
Yes. All right, and then of course, indie stars all over this episode of NXT. We had Crazy Mary Dobson, under the name Sarah Dobson, taking on Alexa Bliss. This was good too. They're starting to build more of a next wave of the NXT women's division, which is good. This was good for not only Dobson, who's appeared a couple times on NXT, but this is good because Alexa Bliss is one of those front runners to be in the top echelon of the women's division. And this was a very dominant match for her.
Yeah, it's an interesting dynamic to watch Alexa Bliss work in matches like this because she's so small.
Yeah.
And she plays the very dominating heel role.
She's feisty.
Yeah, but in a way that I feel is a little contradictory to her size. And I think she needs to do more... more outsmarting of the opponent.
Mm-hmm.
To make it a little more realistic versus just outright thrashing someone that's 1.5 times her size.
Yeah, she does use her quickness with the fact that she is as small as she is, because she's got Sarah Dobson down for quite a bit of this match, and she does have the little bit of outside interference from Blake and Murphy, who's out there for her. She winds up on the end of a pretty good run for Dobson. Dobson hitting a really iffy crossbody that was more so a knee to the face.
See, that I think that's another one that is going against Alexa Bliss's size. Is if she were taller, the crossbody would have worked a lot better, and that's a very typical babyface does it to a heel maneuver.
I don't think the size was the thing. I think Dobson was just off on her trajectory there, because the whole top half of her body was to the right of Alexa Bliss. She got all knee to the face.
Yeah, but if she was taller, it would have got her in the face. It would have been a more recoverable.
Yeah. Well, regardless of what it was, Alexa Bliss didn't like it very much. She got a little vicious towards the end here, but Dobson went for her flip in. I guess it's like a kick or knees while the person's against the ropes, but a distraction by Blake, turning the referee around, allowed Murphy to move her out of the way. Dobson hits the ropes, and she gets hit with the Bliss Flip and the Sparkle Splash, and Alexa Bliss picks up the win.
Booty, booty, booty.
Then we had Not Rich try to interview Samoa Joe, saying that Finn...
Not Rich, not interviewed. Samoa Joe.
No, Samoa Joe did not give a shit what he wanted to say.
When we call him Not Rich, we mean he's not Rich Brennan.
Yeah.
Nor is he Rich Swann. Nor do I think he's actually rich.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't think he's getting paid.
But the one thing he definitely was not getting any of his interviews going his way. Samoa Joe would actually just walk away. The next time we saw Samoa Joe, he was beating the shit out of Bull Dempsey and Danny Burch.
Yeah.
Choking them both out with a cookie to clutch. They were about to have a match that never happened. And then Joe yelling into a camera telling Finn that he's coming for him, and he's going to be taking that NXT Championship at Dallas.
Ooh, them's fighting words, Joe.
And with that, we now know that Joe is actually going to face Dempsey next week on NXT. And we're also going to have Kevin Hawk's favorite wrestler make his return to NXT when Alex Riley takes on Apollo Crews. You good? We had a cool little video package for American Alpha. Jason Jordan and Chad Gable.
I like those guys.
Building more of the the need to beat the Revival for the championships. Talking about how both of them got to a point in their wrestling careers early on, their amateur wrestling careers, where they thought they had it. They worked so hard, and then they came up a little bit short.
Yeah, Jordan not quite making a national championship, and Gable losing during the Olympics.
Yeah. So, both of them feeling like that's going to be the motivation.
Hey, Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar are like, those fucks.
Oh. Wouldn't that be a match? American Alpha versus Angle and Lesnar?
If only they figured out a way that it would be simply a tag team wrestling match.
It'd be fun to watch.
If they just put as much wrestling as possible into those matches. Except, I'd have to say that there's no way that Angle and Lesnar wouldn't just completely dominate that match.
Yeah, I mean...
Just from a size...
Lesnar's size, specifically, would dwarf both Gable and Jordan. And if Angle was paired off against Gable, he'd very much have the advantage. He might have a little bit of a problem with Jordan.
Yeah, it's from that standpoint, size and experience, I think there's no way Angle and Lesnar wouldn't just completely be dominant.
Yeah.
Unless they did something to Angle's neck.
We also get...
Or Gable calls Lesnar to do a shooting star.
We get like a Mexican
No Way Jose
party vignette of No Way Jose with some Latin techno. I don't know what the fuck that was. I'm guessing are you gonna look through the?
I'm gonna go to the NXT roster.
All right, yeah. You check out that roster and see if we know who's possibly coming to TV. But this would go right into our main event, which is a NXT Takeover London rematch between Asuka and Emma. Fantastic match. These ladies. This is why I'm excited for more of these women to come through. We've got a good solid rivalry between these two. Alexa Bliss is starting to come up. We got Peyton Royce as Billie Kay. A lot of good ladies waiting in the wings to make their way up. But yeah, Asuka and Emma, another fantastic match. Some great back and forth spots playing off of each other really well. Asuka with her very innovative offense. Emma really taking over that heel role. A lot of hair pulling, a lot of shady tactics. Even Dana Brooke getting involved a couple times, which is really good. But Asuka would get an ankle lock on towards the end and actually pull Emma into a German suplex. And then as Emma was trying to get up, she'd grab the arm, lock in the Asuka lock, and make Emma tap out.
Bye-bye, Asuka. And Emma. See you next week.
So yeah, Asuka with a win heading into her title match against Bayley. I'm so excited for this NXT takeover. Let's move on to Lucha Underground. We got one big match taking over this Lucha Underground. That is Aztec Warfare, and it is for the Lucha Underground Championship.
Yeah,
but
I'm not sure who number 1 is.
Well,
or 20. I'm curious.
Even though we talked about it last week.
It's a mystery to me.
Were you not here last week?
Apparently not, because I also had forgotten that Fenix won the championship.
That's true. We had Fenix meet up with Pentagon Jr. Pentagon Jr. saying that he was going to be in Aztec Warfare and be the one to take the championship off of Fenix.
And Katrina.
Yeah, Katrina says, well, no, because you're not even in the match. You lost your privilege the moment you put your hands on me. So Pentagon Jr. is officially removed from the match.
Which to me is like backwardsy, because like when he touched her, he also got like a shot in a championship match. Like that's mixed signals if I ever seen them. Katrina. Go stick a lollipop up Joey Ryan's ass.
That's happened. Check it out on YouTube. All right, so let's talk about the order here. We'll go through the order of entries first, then we'll kind of talk through the match. We had Fenix at number 1.
What?
We had Rey Mysterio Jr. at number 2.
Also what?
King Cuerno.
Yeah.
Argenis.
Oh.
Johnny Mundo. Joey Ryan. Prince Puma. Jack Evans. Taya Valkyrie. Cage. Masquerita Sagrada. Marty the Moth. Drago. The Mac. Chavo Guerrero. PJ Black. Aerostar. Dragon Azteca Jr. Tejano. And at number 20, Mil Muertes.
Mwahaha.
And then at number 21, now we'll wait. Yeah.
Number 20. What?
There you go. No, there was some really cool spots during the first half of this match.
So much going on.
Fenix.
There's a reason why the Royal Rumble isn't pin or submission oriented.
Yeah. No, we had people fighting everywhere.
Yeah, because even the Royal Rumble, you had like people in the crowd and people diving and stuff. WWE would die a little, I think. Like the referees would have panic attacks. The cameras would explode.
I don't think the cameraman would be able to keep track of the match.
You'd need 18 commentators.
Let's try it. Can we just have a Royal Rumble like free for all?
Royal Rumble free for all, and each person has their own commentator.
Yes.
You need a really big table.
That's gonna be a mess.
You need a big ass table.
It's gonna be a fucking mess.
The front row is just commentators.
Just commentators. So early on, we had some great chemistry between Fenix, Rey Mysterio, and King Cuerno. Good to see Rey back in the ring. He's looking real WCW trim.
Yeah.
He's looking like a little kid again. He doesn't look like a little like mini Hulk with his massive WWE body. Really interesting to see Argenis back in it.
Yeah, it was interesting for the whole 30 seconds he was around.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because he was eliminated first by Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, no, he didn't have a whole lot going on for him.
Rey Mysterio would then follow that up quickly by eliminating King Cuerno.
He made Cuerno tap out to the armbar.
Yeah.
Which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, not a move we see Rey Mysterio using very often.
Yeah, so he beats, because I think he took Argenis out with a frog splash.
Yeah.
And then he did Cuerno with an armbar. So it's weird, like he's going with Eddie, and then Del Rio.
Huh.
He's just emulating other guys that the Lucha Underground crowd like.
That's a smart way to get face points. Like you need face points. You're Rey Mysterio. Johnny
He
Mundo.
had a huge pop when he came out.
Johnny Mundo would be the next to enter and the next eliminated, but the person that eliminated didn't come out until 2 people after him. So Johnny Mundo's out there for a while. Joey Ryan comes out after Johnny Mundo and handcuffs himself to the railing, so he cannot be pinned or submitted while he's over there because it has to happen in the ring. So he's just
smart.
He's just hanging out. He actually got a card from Famous B, who was hanging out at ringside watching the match. But then Prince Puma would come out right after Joey Ryan. He would be the one to eliminate Johnny Mundo.
But not until after Cage made an appearance.
Cage. So after Puma, we get Jack Evans, who kind of breaks off and kind of does a few different things. He ends up teaming up with Johnny Mundo and Taya after she comes out. But just when they think they're in control, that's when Cage comes out and fucks everything up.
Mm-hmm. Cage ends up getting put through the office window.
Yeah.
That thing sees more action than something that doesn't see a lot of action. I thought I had
Good
something.
save. Awesome.
Nothing.
Then so after Cage,
It's been a long day.
after Cage we had Masquerita Sagrada. Marty the Moth is actually eliminated number 4 by Ray and Sagrada.
Yeah, they do a double pin.
Yeah, so Ray does like the senton, or I can't remember what Ray did, but then Sagrada does like a jackknife pin of his own, like on top of Ray. Looked hilarious. Then a few entries later, Chavo's the one that eliminates Masquerita Sagrada because we know that he doesn't mind eliminating all those Mexican legends. Number 6. Number 6 was Cage. He got cracked in the head with the cinder block, and Taya actually picked up the pinfall over him.
But then Fenix German suplexed her to death. I mean, to a pin.
No, not yet.
Not to death.
Not yet. Because before that, we had a double elimination. So you can decide who goes in what order, because 7 and 8...
Well, no, that happened directly after Cage.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, it did. The Fenix eliminated Taya directly after she eliminated Cage.
Did? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was number 7. The number 8 and 9 were Drago and... I lost it. And PJ Black. No, not PJ Black.
Drago and Jack Evans.
And Jack Evans. Because we're starting to build that tag team deal where we have PJ Black and Jack Evans.
Jack Evans and not Angelico.
Not Angelico. Taking on Aerostar and Drago.
Drago and not Iron Man. / Red Ranger.
Number 10 would be PJ Black. He'd get eliminated by Tejano with his big sit-out powerbomb.
Yeah.
Let's see. Number 11 was Mil Muertes.
Who got eliminated only seconds after entering the ring.
Yeah, he's on his way down to the ring, and Pentagon Jr. crawls through the crowd with a chair and then beats the fuck out of Mil Muertes. So he gets, after getting beat to shit by Pentagon Jr., he gets tossed in the ring, and he gets eliminated by Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, with Puma's assist.
Yes.
Some extra body weight.
Yes. Let's see, and then number 12.
So probably the same amount of weight as Mil Muertes at that point.
So, from this point...
Yes.
Here we go. So, Mil Muertes, obviously number 20. There's only supposed to be 20 people. But each time, very much like the Royal Rumble where you get the number countdown, we had the Aztec Warriors on the outside drumming to the countdown, and everyone's wondering, why are we getting another one of these? Because we already have 20 guys.
Yeah.
Drumming stops. Dario Cueto is at the top of the stairs, and he reintroduces himself like we didn't know him before.
And he's reclaiming the temple.
Yeah, this is his temple, and there is now a 21st entry into Aztec Warfare, and it is the monster Matanza Cueto.
And now I'm petitioning that every year they do Aztec Warfare, they need to add one extra person.
So, like, next year it'll be 22,
yes.
And then 23, then eventually there's going to be, like, 150 people.
If Lucha
I don't think it's going to last that long,
is
but...
Is Lucha Underground going to be around
you never know.
130 years?
You never know.
It's the new WWE, brother.
From this point to the end, eliminations 12 through 20 are all Matanza.
Yeah.
In order, it would be Fenix first, so we officially get a new champion.
Yeah, Fenix with his reverse power slam move, which is really cool looking. I think Michael Tarver was trying it back in the day.
Number 13 was the Mac. The Mac would hit a stunner and think he was he was all good to go, and then he got hit with the
German suplex on his head.
Yeah, the Aiden English. That's what I'm gonna start calling it. Tejano ended up getting eliminated with.
I think he might have been another German suplex.
Yeah,
there's a lot of German
I
suplex.
think there was like 2 or 3 German suplex. Number 15 was Aerostar. He tried to get too flippy, and that didn't work. Let's see. Number 16 was Joey Ryan, because Matanza would go out and rip the railing apart, and Joey Ryan didn't last very much longer either. Number 17 was Dragon Azteca Jr., who did have a pretty good showing in the match. He had some good spots, but I think he was one of those big, like, spinny slams, if I'm not mistaken.
He was something. One of them was another sit-out powerbomb, I think it might have been.
Was that one? Okay.
I think he was, or maybe it was Aerostar. One of them went for a Rana and got stopped. And
that was Dragon Azteca. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Number 18 was Chavo Guerrero.
To a very low-flying shooting star press.
Yeah. He didn't quite make the full rotation, but he still got it.
Yeah, they went. The
he didn't
story
Brock
about Chavo
Lesnar
was like Chavo's like going over to Dario Cueto like, hey, can I team up with you and your brother?
We should help each other out.
Let's do some stuff. And Dario's like, yeah, let's do it. And then as Chavo's sliding in the ring, Dario looks at Matanza, he's like, kill him.
Yeah, it gives him the cutthroat signal, and it's lights out for Chavo. Number 19 would be Prince Puma.
That's another Yarman suplex.
Yes, and then the final elimination.
Rey Mysterio.
The guy who got all of the eliminations first.
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio, the final elimination, and your new Lucha Underground Champion is the monster Matanza Cueto.
So Matanza is like the Kane of the Aztec Warfare.
Pretty much, yeah.
He holds the record for most eliminations now.
Yes.
Not that like the record was hard to beat to begin with. This is only the second year.
Yeah, I think last year the highest number was like 5, maybe 6. I think Puma had the original. The original record last year. So yeah, Matanza coming in, just wreaking all kinds of havoc, destroying people left and right, and he is the new champion. So we've had 2 Lucha Underground Championship title changes already this season.
Yeah.
And we know, and now we don't have a number 1 contender because the Gift of the Gods Championship has been used up.
Mm-hmm.
But we do have a bunch of people that still haven't got a shot. We had all those people throwing their names in the hat to face Mil Muertes. And then they've all kind of broken off and done their own thing. But we had Cage wanting to go for it. We had Mundo wanting to go for it. There's a bunch of people that want shots at the championship, and this was the closest they got. Matanza said, "Fuck you all," and took it for himself. So we'll have to see where this goes. I mean, so are we gonna get like some big battle? Like, are we gonna get Dario's group versus Katrina's group, or are we gonna get, or is this just Dario's now like, hey, I've got the championship and I'm the one that started this, so I'm in control again, or?
Yeah, I don't know. I think the first thing right off the bat that we might end up receiving on the end of this is a build up to having potentially, I'm thinking Mil Muertes and Matanza face off. Because we're going to have that dynamic of, Katrina was running the temple with Cueto gone, and now with Cueto back, reasserting himself, they had that bit because Katrina was there watching the whole time while Dario was doing his spiel at the top. So I think we might have that as a face-off coming out of this, which, would lead to what you would expect anyways, the Battle of the Titans, you would call it, in Lucha Underground, because before Matanza showed up and eliminated everyone, Mil Muertes was that guy.
Yeah.
He was the unstoppable killing machine
of Lucha
Underground.
So now we have our Undertaker and Kane of Lucha Underground, that being Mil Muertes and Matanza.
I thought you were talking about Mac and Killshot.
No, never mind. Okay. Say like the crime time, but... Is that racist?
A little bit.
Okay, sorry.
Anyways, that's Mac and Famous B.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, Famous B is the one that looks like JTG.
Mm-hmm.
So new Lucha Underground Champion. We'll have to see where this leads into. What the...
Let's be real, my money was on Marty the Moth.
Mine was on Pentagon Jr. until he got taken out of the match. Speaking of that, he actually Vampiro got an earful and a faceful when Katrina got real pissed off at him.
Yeah.
He got pulled out of the commentary table and slapped real fucking hard.
And then he went back.
Then he kept calling it. And we're pretty sure that Katrina said, "Get the fuck over here," or something to that effect. And they didn't bleep it out, which is awesome.
Well, I mean, as much as Vampiro says shit.
Well, that's the new thing that you can say on TV. Is like that's like the most vulgar word you can say on TV at a certain time. So, but the F-bomb, that's a new one. So, make it happen more? I don't know. That's it for the midweek wrap up. Some interesting stuff happening this week. We're gearing up for WrestleMania. That's next week.
Coming up.
Next
it's
week.
on the 3rd.
Yes.
Sunday.
So
Sunday.
Next
Divas.
Sunday, not this coming Sunday.
Beautiful Von Tratna Drag Raceway.
Thanks for watching. And
thanks for washing.
You're throwing me off. Like, comment,
or
and
am I
subscribe.
throwing you on? No. Like, comment, and subscribe. Click all the social media links that you'll find down below in the description. There's links to Facebook and Reddit and Twitter and Tumblr and emails. And guess what? We got a podcast.
There's also an Instagram.
It's not like we post videos or pictures every day on Instagram.
No, not at all.
But yeah, there's a podcast. You can listen to it if you don't want to see our ugly mugs.
Yeah, for
podcast listeners, if you want to see our ugly mugs, check out the YouTube link,
which is down in the description as well. Hit that subscribe button. Follow all the social media so you know when new videos are up. Be sure comment down there what you thought about all the debuts that we had on Lucha Underground. We had our first look at Dragon Azteca. We had Matanza. We had the debut of Rey Mysterio. What do you think about Joey Ryan handcuffing himself to the railing?
Kinky.
Well, you know, it's Joey Ryan. And most of all, check out that playlist. Check out the playlist. There's all the videos from this week. We got Raw review. We got this midweek wrap up coming up next. SmackDown rundown.
What?
And Indie news. Indie news. We're gonna be having results. What do we got this week?
CZW.
It'll be CZW and as always, Ring of Honor. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
Yeah.
And next week we get Alex Riley.
Oh god. Fuck Alex Riley.
I think your vomit spells out
Who?
Alex.
Who?
Yep, that says fuck Alex Riley.
Are you gonna edit vomit coming out of my mouth?
No.